Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get this situated real fast. Make sure my screen is all ready to go. Yep, there we go. Uh, it's getting cold around here. It is like in the low 40s. Not my favorite by any means. I am a spring and summer guy, not so much the fall and the winter. I'd much rather be warm than cold. Give me 90 degrees over 30 degrees any day of the week or of the year, and you'll find that I am a happy camper. Anyways, we have a 6 bag mystery Monday live to do today. So, 6 bags, lots to dig through. It's been a good week as far as rag bags are concerned. I hope your thrifting week is going well. If you're new to this video and this channel, we do this once a week, typically at least, and we open up a bunch of rag bags, and rag bags are these bags full of mostly t-shirts, some towels and rags that some thrift stores that we frequent sell to, typically to like mechanic shops and such, and they use them to clean up oil spills. But I got in the middle of all that because I realized, hey, they're throwing a bunch of potentially valuable t-shirts to the trash and to oil spills. So I get kind of in the middle of that and buy them before they mechanic shops can, and open them up live for you here as we search for vintage t-shirts. So since we have so many bags, we need to go ahead and get started. First is here. I already started to break open, so we should go ahead and start with this one right now. We have hit some pretty amazing t-shirts in the past. We've hit Rugrats movie t-shirts. We've hit valuable wrestling t-shirts. We've hit band tees, all kinds of stuff. So we love, at least I love, these rag bags because so far we are turning a profit on them. What the heck is this? Moto Road. Sleeves are cut off. I don't know. Weird. But it's fun because you never know what you're going to find. We got a Harley tee right off the bat. Don't know if it's very old. It's inside out. So let's go ahead and check that out. If you have questions about vintage clothing or about life in general or about our channel, please drop them in the chat and we'll do our best to answer them. We got a Harley Davidson Pacific Honolulu t-shirt. This is 2019, so not vintage, but I might hold on to it. Harley tees from more exotic areas tend to do better, even if they're not completely vintage. So people collect them, try to get them from all over the world. So you never know. What's this? Nope. All right. Hopefully we'll find some good stuff this week. I hope you guys are having a good week. Like I said, if you're a thrift or reseller, hope you're finding good fire. It's a fourth quarter, right smack in the middle. Whoa! Are you kidding me? All right, look at this. Tommy Hilfiger jeans, my favorite design of the Tommy Hilfiger jeans. I don't believe this is a vintage one. Oh, it's tough to say, but they have cut this thing all up. My goodness, cut up everywhere. Maybe my wife will wear that. I don't know. That is a bummer. Again, I don't know if that's vintage. I don't see it. There's not a tag on it because they've cut out any tag that could have possibly been on it. But the the printing on it doesn't seem very old to me. But man, why do people do that? I mean, I get it. There's a lot. Looks like there's gonna be a lot of cut up T-shirts here, so hopefully nothing super cool gets cut up. But I mean, I get it. If it's your style, that's fine. That's cool. Like repurpose stuff. But man, is it a bummer sometimes when you find a dope T-shirt and it's all cut up in weird ways. But yeah, let me know in the chat what your best find was this week. It says Venus. What? What is this T-shirt? Venus Enigma. Venus Enigma on a comfort color. It's not old. I don't know what that is. Don't know. A lot of times they put T-shirts in these bags that like aren't fit to sell because they are, crude, or they promote, alcohol or tobacco. So we often get sort of, um, you know, sometimes we find edgier T-shirts than you might find out at your local Goodwill or something, just because this is where they end up going. Um, the thrift store that I go to now knows that I open these up on YouTube. They haven't asked for the YouTube channel or anything. No, I think I would probably tell them if they asked, but they know what I do with them now. So, oh, Tommy Jeans. Here we go, Tommy Jeans. So okay, all right. So I did find a Tommy Jeans shirt in this thrift store, a couple days ago, actually. Made in India. This is probably early 2000s. Tommy Jeans got some holes, so it looks like whoever cut up that last Tommy Hilfiger shirt, probably this is probably all their stuff. So um, maybe they, yeah, I don't know. Interesting. So who knows what we might find here, because this could be interesting. Tommy t-shirts aren't obviously what they used to be in the like 2017, 2016. Tommy Hilfiger, vintage Tommy Hilfiger. I mean, was on fire. Everybody wanted it. Then Tommy Hilfiger, the current corporation, started basically printing a bunch of stuff with the same vibe, much like what I'm wearing right now, which is not a vintage piece. I got it from an outlet. I just love this hoodie. You've probably seen me wear it for years now. But yeah, so Tommy Hilfiger stuff isn't what it used to be. Ooh, big shirt. Isn't what it used to be. Is that a 10X? No, that's not what it said. Maybe it is. It's another one. It's not what it used to be. You can still sell some of the vintage Tommy tees, but they take a lot longer to sell, and definitely don't get the amount you used to get from them. I used to sell like just regular old spell out Tommy Hilfiger tees for like $40. Like, nothing crazy. Late 90s. What? Not even like didn't even need to have a like one of the big logos. Just had to do like a spell out, and it would sell quick. That's not the case anymore, but that's just the way. Um, it's the way the whole thing works. The way fashion works. Things are in, then things are out, and it can be tough as a reseller trying to keep up with all that. Oh so this guy also got some older Nautica stuff too. That's a little bit messy. I don't think we'll even save that one. Nautica is not what it used to be as far as the vintage side. Used to sell Nautica stuff real easy for good money, and then all these companies started reprinting and sort of introducing new stuff that was more influenced by their 90s vibe. So next bag. Remember, this is one of six, or this is the second of 6 bags. So we've got a lot of bags to work from here. So we'll have plenty of opportunity. I spend $6 a bag, so that means I need $30 or more to. No. How much I pay? $6. Yeah. So no, I need to pay. Man, my math is off. $36. I normally buy about, because we normally have 5. We normally have 5 bags. That seems to be the average that we find. So normally we spend $30, but obviously we have 6 bags, so we've got to make a little bit more than we normally do out of these bags. That can be tough, but a couple $15 t-shirts gets you pretty far. A few more than that gets you ahead of the game. So that's what we're going to hope for here. But we have also found there also are modern t-shirts that actually do okay. Like whenever we find vintage or not vintage, Vineyard Vines t-shirts, like I can sell Vineyard Vines t-shirts like within a week. In fact, like one of the more common t-shirts we sell out of these are Vineyard Vine tees. What is this? All right, here's that Fud Pucker company again. This is a newer one. Does anyone know what that? I mean, I don't know where this is. It's like we find our t-shirts in here fairly often. It might be like a Gulf Shores thing, like Alabama. People from around here go to Gulf Shores a lot. Pretty commonly, if they're going to go out to the ocean, that's where they go see it. So we end up with lots of Gulf Shore stuff because people don't wear their, vacation souvenirs for terribly long. They just give them up after a season or two. And they buy a new one while they're down there. So, but anyway, you guys have been blowing up my email, which I love, with vintage Levi's questions and vintage Ralph Lauren and Tommy Hilfiger questions. Got some questions about guests this week. Love it. Keep it coming. If you guys have questions and you want a little bit of quicker answer, you might just bring the question here to this to the live stream, and I can do my best to answer them. And I can even probably, if you send pictures to the email, I can actually look them up in real time. At some point, I might start sharing screens, but I don't want to accidentally give away people's information. So maybe if we come up with a system, we can do some live answering of the questions. So that goes a little bit quicker. All right, let's see. Man, we are just finding lots and lots and lots of new, more modern clothing. I haven't found really anything outside of those handful of Tommy Hilfiger shirts that was anything remotely vintage. So that is not a good sign. Typically, we look for anything that might. All right, so we got a hold on a second. We got a Hard Rock Cafe Orlando, Save the Planet, single stitch. Just as soon as I start talking, we get this pink Hard Rock Cafe single stitch on the anvil, Save the Planet Orlando, Hard Rock Orlando tee, made in the USA. So just as I start saying we're not finding vintage stuff, we find vintage stuff. So this is a good tee. This is definitely a $15 to $20 tee. Could go a little bit higher because it's in such good condition and it's a pretty unusual color. So that's a good sign. Well, that is a good sign. Hopefully this will lead us to a few more. So we're probably, halfway to making back our money. Then we just need a few more t-shirts, a few more, dope, valuable t-shirts to get us into the profitability category. How are you guys doing out there? You guys doing all right? Where are you watching from if you're watching? I see a few of you guys in here. A lot of our viewers watch on playback, which is totally cool. I would be making this video anyway, even if nobody watched it live, so you might as well do it live. So might as well give the opportunity for people to interact if they've got questions and want to see my real reaction if they don't believe that I actually pull these things out live. Ooh. Might just be that one t-shirt. But it's still pretty dope. North Carolina. I am from. Oh, Mario, that's cool. Not really vintage, and it's a pretty cool tee. North Carolina. We can't see you good. I'm sorry. Yeah, if the internet out here in the boondocks, if it's my fault, it's probably because we have been having like some stormy weather, and anytime it like rains, the internet gets bad. So hopefully we are in line for Starlink. So Starlink will hopefully solve some of these problems. Go Elon Musk. But North Carolina, I came to Missouri from Virginia, spent 17 years in Virginia in the Hampton Roads area. So the Hampton Roads, Hampton, Newport News, Virginia Beach, Norfolk, those are all my roots. Though I was born in Texas, spent some of my life in Texas, I definitely spend more time there. Yeah, George, like a bunch of my extended families from Georgia and North Florida, out in the sticks too. So they have some of the same problems, but I think Daddy Elon's going to solve a lot of our problems with when it comes to internet. Maybe not other things, but hopefully we can all get better internet out in the middle of nowhere. They told us we would be getting our region would open up for Starlink internet this year. They said late summer, but obviously that's not worked out. But then they changed it and said by the end of the year. So, I mean, I imagine that it's just about any time now they could be, sending us a message letting us know it's they're sending us our equipment and that we are open for business, and that will be a dream come true. We have a probably let's see. We have a vintage T-shirt right here, vintage Anheuser-Busch, 2000. You can see it right down here. Nothing particularly special about it. It's double stitched on the Fruit of the Loom tag. That might be a hard sell. It's because it's not really an interesting T-shirt. Not a lot in the way of design. Well, we got an actual rag, an actual towel here. I do have people from time to time. So I was just actually about to say this. I get these bags from a local thrift store, not a chain thrift store. There's a thrift store that is operated by the charity wing of one of the hospitals here in town, or here in the nearest town. I don't live in town. And they just take really honestly at this point they only put out probably 20 to 30 t-shirts a week, and everything else they just dump into these bags. And it's probably because I buy the bags so quickly and so often that it just makes more sense for them to go ahead and get the t-shirt inventory sold through. But I don't know. It's just a matter of, is that single stitch? No, it's not single stitch. So at this point, I'm basically either buying wholesale their almost entire inventory of t-shirts. Like all their donation of t-shirts are coming to me. Like all the stuff they would normally throw away is coming to me. Some of the stuff apparently, I guess, that would go to the floor is coming to me. And what makes it to the floor, I get to check out because I go there just about every day. So if a good t-shirt comes through that thrift store, like a valuable t-shirt, it's pretty confident I'm going to be the one that gets a hold of it. So that's kind of cool. That doesn't work for a lot of people because not a lot of thrift stores do this, and it might be worth, if you have a small local thrift store, approaching them and say, hey, what do you guys do with like the t-shirts and the clothing that you guys can't put out on the floor? Because a lot of these places won't put out torn up clothes. And you might as well ask them what you do with it, and they might say, we throw it away, or we have a contract with a rag house company that we just send everything there. You never know. You might ask them. Goodwill probably won't do it, but if you have a local thrift store that's not one of the big chains, they might. Yeah, no problem with the tan tag Levi's. A lot of tags out there, and a lot of tags that got reused for different purposes as far as concerned. The first comes to mind is some of the blue tags got reused for a couple different lines, and then specifically the tan color tag in the late 80s was part of the 900 series, but later on in like the 90s they were using tan tags for their the 540, which was like a comfort jean that was sold like in Kmart's and Kmart's and Walmart's and stuff. So yeah, it's sometimes sometimes you can't tell with just the tab. So all right, man. All right, so we have 3 more bags to go. We have only. Oh, this is. Oh no. All right. This is. I thought this was a T-shirt. If this was a T-shirt, that'd be actually. Wait. Oh, I think it's just a weird pillowcase. But that would be a cool T-shirt. But it's just a weird pillowcase. All right. Really recommended by Siri. That's crazy. Yeah, I know that some of those videos have been some of those, like the Ralph Lauren video and like some of the other brand videos that I've done have gone to number one on Google as far as the search result is concerned. So that's actually really cool. I've super surprised. Never expected that at all. That's for sure. Okay. Yeah, nice. Deadstock, tan tab. Deadstock's fun to find. Deadstock's real fun to find. And it's from a research perspective, like finding deadstock stuff is super helpful because there's a lot of information on those tags that is not on the gene itself. That's funny. My kid, we have a HomePod at home, so my kids ask Siri all kinds of things. I might have to tell them to ask Siri about Ralph Lauren. That's cool. That's super cool. What's this? Allure, made in USA. All right, that's cool. Wild Spirit. Vintage G. I don't know if this will make me any money. It is single stitch on the late 90s Allure tag. I believe it's late 90s Allure tag. I have to do more research on Allure because they have a number of tags, but it's a pretty horse. What is deadstock? Deadstock is inventory that is still new, typically new with tags that hasn't is like old inventory. So something being dead, like if you got typically that inventory has been sold on. If you have a dress in your closet that you've never worn but still has the tags, we would consider that a dead stock, as in it's just stock that didn't move and got sold. It's a little bit of a misnomer because I think in retail, the term dead stock is more about unused and inventory. Oh, look, kind of a Kanye West vibe here. But we use it in terms of vintage and thrifted materials. That's anything that was that's in like a thrift store with the tags still from back in the day. Oh, so you bought rag bags, 8 rag bags. So your Goodwill does rag bags, Ryan Mack. That's really interesting because I've heard of some Goodwills do stuff similar, and you never know with Goodwill because they do so much research on the stuff that they put out. You just never know what they're going to put in there. But I'm glad it worked out for you because I definitely I've not seen a lot of other people do this, and it's mostly because they can't. Whoa, wait a minute. All right, guys, check this out. Vintage all over or mega print single stitch Marilyn Monroe. Check this out on the All Sport Max Weight, made in USA. This thing is like immaculate. Well, no, it's not immaculate. It's got a couple little tears. Look at that. You guys were here for this live. It's double-sided. That is super cool. 1995, the estate of Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, this is why we do this. It's this stuff. It's a big size too. It's XL. Yeah, 100% cotton. This is a banger, everybody. Single stitch. I said that already. Yeah, single stitch for sure. Woo! I'm excited. All All right, so I guess we're definitely in profit. I think I've seen that shirt go for a decent amount. There are other T-shirts. I think at first when I saw the graphic, there's a couple of Mosquito Head T-shirts that look real similar to that. And if you're deep into the thrift world, you know Mosquito Head T-shirts go for real big bucks. So, but that T-shirt would probably go for 50 to 75. I've sold Maryland Monroe T-shirts like that, in that range. This one might be one of the more valuable ones. We got interesting. We got a vintage No Boundaries tag. This is like before they became Super Walmart, I think. Plus size. Got some more actual rags. So there seems to be at least a little bit of vintage stuff in this particular bag. Maybe the other bags will contain more of the same. No, it's not old. St. Louis. We're not too far from St. Louis, so we get a lot of St. Louis fans out here. Man, I'm pumped up after that T-shirt find. Very cool. Doesn't always happen that way. If you guys have been, watching this series for the last few weeks, you know that like last week, I think we basically maybe made, back the money we spent, but out of 3 bags, like we didn't do very good. So I'm very happy that we just pulled that T-shirt. All right, so the last 2 in that bag were actual rags. 2 more bags. So this is still not over yet. Still not over yet. Let's see if the person that donated that Maryland Monroe tee had anything else that they donated. Because man, that was exciting. It still doesn't beat the time we found, in my opinion, at least. It doesn't beat the time we found the Rugrats movie tee, just because it was such a unusual T-shirt to find in a rag bag. But I guess any valuable vintage tee would be unusual to find in a bag just of rags. So, all right. Tell you what, I do not appreciate the dust and the dander from this T-shirt. I mean, you kind of have to be like just willing to sacrifice your sinuses sometimes to be hardcore into thrifting. Oh man, little cute Mandalorian tee. The child. I'm gonna say that for my kids. They loved that show. I did too. All right, come on. Let's get another one. Let's take it from good to great. All right, we got Harley Davidson here, but not old. VF Imagewear, which that's modern. But again, I think I basically keep all Harley Davidson tees because they do tend to sell, especially if the graphics cooler, even if they're not vintage, because there's so many people. I mean, Harley's just such a big brand. Oh, that's cool. The North Face. Check that out. 1968. That's a cool tee. The tag's like a tearaway tag, I think. So, yeah, North Face sometimes too I'll hold on to. But because North Face makes so many of those like just spell out print T-shirts, they don't tend to resell super well because there's not anything particularly unique about it, and they just print tons of them. So yeah, I don't know about that. All right, come on now. Let's find out. What else can we find here? I've got a mountain growing next to me of T-shirts. Yeah, speaking of I mean, if you're like hardcore into thrifting and hardcore into like hunting for the vintage, you've been like some like really seedy places to dig for clothes. So if you've got a good story, let me hear it. Because Man, I've had to dig through some just nasty stuff looking for vintage clothes. Um, it's kind of an obsession, um, as well as like my livelihood. But like, oh, banger, banger, land of the free, home of the brave. Someone actually stylized this one, cropped it up. Might be the first time I've actually ever seen one of these T-shirts in the like actually show wear. Ironically, Land of the Free, Home of the Brave T-shirts. If you're familiar, if you've gone to any thrift store ever, you've probably run into one of these. Ironically, the T-shirts made in China. Go figure. Um, oh, we got Levi's tee. I like those. I keep those tees. Oh, ooh, not good. Okay. All right. All right, we've almost down to the end of bag number 5. One more bag after this. One more bag. We cook for our peeps. That's funny. Sometimes you can, if you've got a fairly unique, a novelty tee, little joke graphic tee, you can actually do okay. We pulled out what was it called? Squirrels Gone Wild tee. Like I think maybe 4 weeks ago, it was Squirrels Gone Wild. It was just a bunch of squirrels acting rowdy, and I was like, I'm gonna throw it up, and sure enough, sold for $25 in like a few days. I don't even think it was vintage. It may have been vintage, but it was like really right on the edge of being vintage or not. So still pretty cool. I do want to mention now that since we have a handful of you guys here watching live. Oh, we got a vintage tee here. What part of no do you not understand? On a single stitch, no tag. Looks like the tag has been cut out. It's one of those early spell out graphics tees. They were ahead of their time, so that's kind of cool. We'll hold on to that. It's kind of a pink color. I do want to mention to those of you guys who have eBay stores and thrift and resell. I did decide that we are going to do a giveaway coming up here since we did cross over 2,000 subscribers. Woohoo! And we're going to do a $100 spending giveaway where we'll probably this Sunday's top 5 video will include it, where you can leave your eBay store link in the comments of the video, eBay or Grailed or Depop, any of those, and then we'll do in like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, depending on what days actually line up. We'll do a random pick, and I will go spend $100 on your store, and basically give your store plug in the video that we do the reveal on. Leave the link in the description, stuff like that. I feel like that's like kind of a fun way to do it, because we have so many. I mean, it's the fourth quarter, and I know everybody's trying to get their sales up, and a lot of times when you make sales, like on eBay, when you make a sale, just because you made the sale, eBay starts treating your store and your items with a higher priority on the search engine. So I think that would be a fun way to do it. And it would be a good opportunity to let, help some of you guys out, essentially use the small platform that I have to sort of promote your stuff. So be looking out for that video that will be coming up. I believe this weekend is when I'm going to go ahead and officially start that giveaway. And the video that we will use to be the sort of aggregator of all of the comments and the links will be around. Well, should be the Sunday's video. So be on the lookout this Sunday because you're going to want to get your comment in there. We'll promote it for a few weeks. Obviously, after that, try to get as many people to get their links up there so that we can people can have as many opportunities. So yeah, it should be real fun. I think it'd be pretty exciting. Cool opportunity. So all right, we're coming down to the end of this, guys. This is kind of cool. Street Rod Nationals 2007. It's not vintage, but man, it's kind of hard to pass up, cool graphic like that. So we'll hold on to that. Doesn't look like there's much more since we did not, something could surprise us here at the end. But it looks like it's mostly just going to be all around. The profit's going to come from one T-shirt primarily, so we'll do that. We'll review that T-shirt before we're done here. So I think this is the last. No, there's two more tees. This one is nothing, and this last one right here is just Hollister like youth tee. All right, that is all 6 bags. Let me go grab. I'm gonna grab the one T-shirt, the big T-shirt, the big find of the day. The big find of the day was this Marilyn Monroe mega print single stitch on the All Sport. Super cool. I want to know who owned this, man. Like, who in my town had this T-shirt, and where are all their other T-shirts is what I want to know. So thank you guys so much for joining us. I really appreciate all the activity in the chat. A lot of fun. It was really enjoyable talking to you guys. We'll do this again next Monday. So please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys later. Peace.